So, Mr. Malloy, what made you do an R&B mixtape?
You know what? I actually always wanted to do an R&B mixtape. I always wanted to do an R&B project. I grew up in a religious home, but we weren't so religious that we didn't appreciate all genres of music. So, you know, not only did we listen to John P. Key and Vanessa Bell and Helen Baylor, but we also listened to, you know, Earth, Wind and Fire, Tina Marie and R. Kelly, you know what I mean? So I grew up in a very, very diverse home as far as music is concerned.
So how has music impacted your life? Where did it start?
Music for me started a long, long time ago. Actually, my father used to put me to bed every night singing to me a very famous lullaby every night. And I don't know, I feel like it just kind of got into my soul and my spirit, and I just grew up loving music. Listening to my mom's music, Earth, Wind and Fire and Tina Marie, and from there to, you know, R. Kelly and Jodeci, and from there to John P. Key and Vanessa Bell. It was just like a big merge in my household, and it made me want to be a part of it.
So on this mixtape, why these particular songs?
I think I particularly picked these songs because these probably are the most impactful songs in my life as far as my generation is concerned, you know?
Okay. So let's talk about a few songs specifically. Happily Ever After.
Happily Ever After by Case. That was just life-changing. Just listening to that song, just the lyrics, you know, him expressing, you know, the importance of marriage and, you know, just spending his life with somebody happily ever after. It's just phenomenal. I love it. It's just real good music.
I agree. Wifey.
Wifey by Next. I love that song. I've always loved it. Just, again, it just expresses the importance of commitment and, you know, union between, you know, two people that are in love. It's just, I think it's phenomenal. Wifey has changed my life. I still bang it till this day.
I'm not so familiar, but True Love.
True Love is actually an original song that I wrote. True Love is talking about two people. When I wrote this song, sometimes because I'm a visionary, when I write songs, I write them based on what I see. And I saw two lovers living on the 12th floor of a penthouse next door to each other, and they're both singing about how they're looking for love, not realizing that they are looking for the same thing, living right next to each other. So it's basically talking about you having everything you want in the world, having, you know, money, cars, the fame, and everything, but you don't have love and you don't have commitment. And that's what that song is about. So when I wrote it, I was thinking of the music video of two people looking for love, not knowing that they're standing right next to each other.
Wow. So you've made a name for yourself as an independent gospel artist. What do you say to people who will question you during this particular project?
Well, you know, what I found in this industry is it's kind of black and white a lot, and I've always been one to be out of the box. What I've learned is a lot of church people believe that God can only get the glory when it comes to music out of gospel music, and I don't really believe that. And the reason I don't believe that is because if that was the case, there would be no need for the Book of Solomon in the Bible. The Book of Solomon talks about love, marriage, sex, commitment, courting, and it talks about the importance of all of those things. So I believe that with marriage, there's another language in the bedroom. Woo. And with there being another language in the bedroom, there's room and there's a place for this kind of music.
That's good. So Travis, would you call this being out of the box?
Well, you know what? A lot of times people place you where they want you to be, or where they feel you need to be, or where they feel you belong. And most times that's in a box. But how can I change the world in a box?
So who's your favorite gospel and R&B artist?
My favorite gospel recording artist of all time is Pastor John P. Key. He has influenced almost everything that I do. His vocal ability, his writing, his production, his performance, his delivery, as far as his speech is concerned, just everything he says is just, he just has a confidence about him that I've always loved since I was a child, and I've always looked at him as a father figure, you know, in my life as far as the industry is concerned. And as far as R&B is concerned, R. Kelly is definitely my favorite R&B artist. He is just, I think, one of the most talented creatures on this planet. To be able to write and produce and sing any genre, you know, anytime you feel like it, you know, I just love it. I love it.
So in your opinion, What state is the music industry in, and how is it different from the 90s?
Oof. I think nowadays a lot of people are not being true to who they are as far as artists is concerned. And the reason I say that is because it goes from secular and it bleeds over into the gospel industry. We'll change our sound and we'll change our look to sell records instead of being true to who we are. And I believe that if you chase after what's popular for the moment, because right now radio plays what's popular right now. And I think that if you chase being played on the radio instead of making great music, I think that you won't have the longevity that you're looking for. If you notice, no matter how much the music and the sound of music changed throughout the years, Michael Jackson never wavered musically. So I look at that as an inspiration to be who I am.
So all these love songs, do you want to get married?
I really, really want to get married one day. And I'm excited about my future as far as that is concerned. God ordained marriage. And not only did he ordain marriage, he ordained a lot of things that come with marriage. You know, union and commitment. And I just want to be a part of that. I'm a family man. You know, I want to have kids and a big family and a house and, you know, and take care of my family. I'm a provider. So I'm longing for that one day.
So Travis, what kind of legacy do you want to leave the world with? And how do you want to be remembered?
I want to leave the world with the legacy of great music, a great man of God, a great man of integrity, a great businessman, great family man. I want to be remembered as a mogul.
I can see that. So Travis, all this talk about the mixtape, how can we get it? And how can we stay in touch with you?
Well, the mixtape is available at noisetrade.com/Mr. Malloy, MRMALLOY. You can stay in touch with me. I'm on Instagram at Travis Malloy with the numbers 412, as well as Twitter at Travis Malloy, and my Facebook fan page, Travis Malloy Part 2, the number 2.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure getting to know you.
Thank you for having me.
Let's go. Hey. I wanna love you like you wanna be loved, and I wanna show you right, show you my heart and what you mean to me.